Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Married at First Sight, Season 19, Episode 8.
We need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We have seen Episode 8, 9, and 10, I think it is.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all only talk about Episode 8, or else we got to send you to the block. And the block is dangerous.
All right.
You ready, Blair?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
So this is a 1-month anniversary episode.
Yeah.
Derek apologizes for triggering Megan. That wasn't good enough for her, so he makes a general apology.
Mm-hmm.
She's annoyed that he was talking to his friend about her not wanting kids, and him holding her hand helped to de-escalate, and they end up kissing and hugging.
I don't respect men like Derek. It just flat out, I'm just going to flat out say it. Someone that could be manipulated into an apology. Like, I don't even think he understands that he's being abused. His emotions is being abused. His patience is being tested and things of that nature. Literally, they just had a counseling session where they both were performative, where, everything's just great, right? And then when he was trying to apologize, they criticized her, the experts, talking about, hey, when he's trying to apologize, you got to accept that. You can't really judge his apology and things of that nature. And she did the exact same thing when they're alone. Everything's about Megan. And guess what, Derek? If you want to make everything about Megan, and then at the end of it, you find out that you are not served in the relationship, you realize that she ain't really there for you. I don't want you crying. I don't want you complaining and things like that, because this is the foundation that you are building for your relationship. What is your thoughts?
I co-sign everything you said.
Yeah.
Spot on. So Rhonda and Pat, they wake up early to watch a space launch. This is Pat's interest.
Finally.
He discusses how he developed his interest in space, his career, and he's happy to get to share this with Rhonda. And Rhonda, she was asking questions, seeming interested, giving him the floor. So it was nice to see that she had the ability to do that, because it seemed like she had a hard time with that.
and guess what, Rhonda, good job.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? For once, we got to see an episode about Pat, at least, well, maybe not an episode, but a scene. About Pat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, Josh surprises Jaylen with the fact that they're going to go skydiving for their 1-month anniversary. She apparently has been talking about it, but been joking about it. But he says that he does it every couple of years, so it would be great for her to go ahead and get it done.
What is your problem with this, Blair?
You know I got a problem.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, I just think that he's constantly trying to push her out of her comfort zone. I think it's one thing if you're on vacation, you guys are doing excursions. Even then, I felt like, okay, you guys can get a massage. Like, you can do something simple.
Yeah.
And I think that Josh is always trying to push her, and it's just frustrating to me, because I don't think that, other than the cycling class that he went to, I don't think that he's really trying to develop interest with her, or kind of like allow her to take the lead in learning the things that she wants to do. And I'm kind of getting tired of him pushing her in this way.
Yeah. What are those people called? Thrill seekers or something like that?
Yeah.
Like people who love, like people who will go to the amusement park and they just go and they ride the amusement park all the time and things like that. There's a thin line, and it's very thin, of you pushing your partner to step out their comfort zone and you accepting them for who they are and what they do, right? I think, Josh, there is a such thing as pushing people out their comfort zone. I have no problem with that, but I think he's making it like the personality of their relationship. And it's weird. It's like, you know what? We do adventurous things. We do thrill-seeking things and things like that. It's one thing if she always talked about being able to jump out of a plane, and you be like, hey, we can do this. You get what I'm saying? And she agrees to it, but it just seems like a lot of peer pressure. If not peer pressure, flat out surprising, because I think about the time where he kind of peer pressured her a little bit to jumping off the boat into the water. Thank God she knew how to swim. Also, when it comes to skydiving, it just seems like, hey, Josh, when will your cup be full when it comes to thrill seeking? Like, why can't you just do it on your own? Like, why do you have to drag her along to every single thing? It's just kind of how I feel at this point. Why does she have to do it all? Because you're my wife and you need to jump out the plane with me, okay? Now, Britney and Will wrestle with Mark Henry. Yes. They are progressing well in their relationship, and she has no doubt about their relationship. He tells her this is the best that they've been, and things have changed. Britney says that makes her feel like she's not his person. And she said that he doesn't feel the things that she feels, and she just wants some validation. Do you have any thoughts on this? Yeah. I mean, Will is not going to be able to give it to her. And I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to, if it's because he doesn't feel it. I mean, if I can only go by what he said and take him literally by his word, he said this is the best they've been and things have changed. So that is a very
to me, middle of the road type of answer.
Yeah.
The best it's been doesn't tell me that it's good, that you're happy, that we're in a great place. It means that, okay, we're not arguing every day, but but what does that actually say? So that's why Will is continuing to frustrate me in this episode and in the episodes to come, because I think that they are in a good space and they are on a positive note, but it's like he can't even acknowledge that, you know?
If I was Will would say, I did acknowledge it. I said, this is the best that we've been and things have changed. But the thing about Will, I told y'all about Will in episode 1. You get what I'm saying? You don't really engage with people like Will. You get what I'm saying? Because they talk like this, so you can never pin them down to their words.
Right.
So when you do be like, oh, we're good. You're like, oh, I didn't say we're good.
Exactly.
So we're bad. I didn't say we're bad. How come you just want to take what I say? When really, in reality, he did not say anything. The same thing he accused Britney of while they was on that little balcony on the honeymoon with being vague, right? Here's the thing about it, right? I'm going to give Will a little bail out of jail for this, right? But I'm going to go to Britney and I'm going to say, Britney, you're going to make yourself crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Because she wants to feel like she is his person, that she is the one. You get what I'm saying? And she wants that validation. Right? And how can I say this respectfully? I don't think I can say it respectfully. So all disrespect, right? You don't have the reference or the experience of being in a successful relationship. So you can't really trust what you feel in the moment. I know that sounds crazy. You get what I'm saying? I know that she wants to feel some type of validation. I know she wants to feel like, you know what? I just want to feel like we both in it. Like, are you going to say yes? Are you going to say yes? Are you going to say yes? And things like that. But at the end of the day, I think she really needs to trust the process that she signed up for with Married at First Sight, or been recruited for, who knows, right? And I think she needs to learn how to, internalize some of those feelings and not let it come out. You get what I'm saying? To where it could be a thought, it sure could be a conversation you have with somebody else, but I think she feels things and say it. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes that could get her in situations to where at the end of the conversation, she's not feeling validated.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line with that. Go ahead.
Besides just enjoying the date. You get what I'm saying? Enjoying the day. Sometimes she's using the day to try to see in the future of like, oh, so we're good overall? And it's like, just enjoy the day. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line with that, because I think throughout this process, you have to communicate and have an understanding of where your partner is.
Fair.
And I agree with you that every date, every situation doesn't need to be a moment for a full assessment of where are we, but there has to be moments of understanding where they stand, and Will is not providing that.
That's fair. You're right.
And I think that that's the frustrating part with her, is because I think that she is in some ways trying to hold her tongue or try and not suppress the issue, but she is just basically like a woman without a life raft, and she is just trying to hold on to something, and there's nothing for her to hold on to.
That's fair.
Yeah. So we move on. Derek and Megan meet up with her family. So her mom is hoping that this works out so they can hang out with his parents again, because they had a great time at the wedding.
Well, okay. That's usually what happens, right?
And they're asking what they like about each other. She likes that he's kind and makes her feel safe. He likes that she's driven. And they both look forward to having a family. Of course, we know he wants 3. She is a little bit concerned about that number. And Dad said, look, kids are very expensive these days. Y'all both 38. Have one and see how it goes type of thing. Derek would like for them to write down their goals and work toward those goals together in their relationship. And when Derek and Megan's parents talk with when Derek talks to Megan's parents, the dad said that, Megan will be a great parent. And throughout this, Megan's mom is also very like pushy, handsy, shovey. Oh yeah. Throughout the whole time, which he does mention later on.
She talks with her hands.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Derek, it's becoming more clear what your objective is. You're 38, and I don't know if you had success in the dating world by yourself. Probably not. That's probably why you're on this weird show, right? And right now, you're like, maybe this is my only chance to basically get a child, to have a baby. And it just seems like, okay, Megan is the vessel, basically, that was given to me by the show, and I'm going to try to basically make her the mother of my kids, nevertheless. right? Because everything that you described about Megan in the sense of how smart she is, how intelligent that she is, and things like that, those are throwaway compliments that you could say about somebody that you don't really like. You get what I'm saying? Like, even though I don't like you, I cannot deny the fact that you're smart and intelligent. Say the real things about how y'all been going in relationship to where literally Megan doesn't talk in the relationship unless she's yelling at you, unless she's aggressive at you. You lead every deep conversation. Anytime that you try to bring any offense to her, she gets defensive and say that you blindsided her, that she's ambushed and things like that. It just seems like every time I see Derek and Megan out in public, it's just performative, especially when just simple conversation with them two always leads to her feeling offended and being offended, and Derek always apologizing for things that he shouldn't apologize for. Yeah. It just, all of it is just performative to me with them two.
Yeah, I really don't see what connects them other than sex.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like that must be amazing. They must be having a great time in there.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily know if he is doing this, just so he can kind of have the family and all those things of his dreams. Because I think he is very frustrated with Megan in a lot of the situations and ways that we see him interacting with her. Even when he's trying to be nice, he really is trying to hold his tongue because he's irritated. So I just think that they're just having a great time in the bedroom. Okay. And I think that it is just clouding their judgment on whether or not they should even be together at this point. So we get to Belinda and Chad. Chad brings in some bread and flowers. She boiled him some eggs because he said he wanted to have tuna, and he actually makes them some tuna melts. So she looked up how to do her name. There's a lot of steps. He says he's worth it. And they have been trying to find what they need to compromise on. So when he's winding down, he likes the TV on. She likes it off, but she likes the phone all the way up. Oh, okay. So to me, this was just a cute scene to see that they're doing the little things for each other. The fact that she probably asked him, hey, can you stop by and bring some bread when you come home? And he thought of her enough to grab her some flour, something to make her feel good. And the fact that she boiled some eggs for him just to make it easier for when he came in to make his little tuna situation. And not only that, but he makes her a tuna sandwich too. So I'm just like, that care for each other is just great to see.
Do you think Belinda liked Chad?
I do. I think she just has a reserved personality, but I think that she's enjoying her time with him.
Because I'm like, why do I don't see it?
I think that's just her personality.
I know with everything that you said, it sounded so beautiful, but it's like, me personally, when she said, I love you back to him, it felt forced. It felt like she was held hostage because he was complimenting her, basically held hostage by his compliments. You know what I'm saying? To where eventually she had to basically just blurt it out so he could stop. And here, I'm always curious about, because I always grown up with the idea that the woman is going to be more affectionate, and sometimes it's on the guy to meet her where she is, or at least respect where she is. So when I see a guy that's being affectionate and things like that, I'd be like, okay, that's good. That means like that should open up the woman to be affectionate as well, to basically meet him where he is. But it just seems like everything Chad does, in some way, she feels uncomfortable. And I don't know if it's as simplistic as I don't like Chad like that. I don't know if it's the process, nervousness, maybe it's a reserved personality, but because Chad, put it like this, she is so reserved that it makes Chad looks like he's love bombing, where I feel like he's not love bombing.
Well, let me put it this way. Okay. I think that, and this is me putting 20 on 10.
Put 20 on 10.
In her last marriage, her husband most likely bought her things, gave her things, tried to make her happy in the materialistic sense,
maybe,
in order to not have to show up as a good husband,
maybe, yeah,
being faithful, not going out and cheating, doing whatever he wants. So I could imagine that she probably has an appreciation for those things, but it's not the end all be all. Like, she's had it all before. She had somebody taking care of her, and her kids, and financially and all that type of stuff. So it's like, thanks, but it could be a reminder of, people tend to give you stuff when they want to do some crazy stuff to you, you know? So it could just be a little bit of the past creeping in, and her having to be open and willing to accept that type of stuff.
Yeah. And I'm not, in no way am I saying Chad is love bombing, but it just seems like all the things that he says and all the things that he does, her response just seems like,
it's kind of flat.
It's flat.
Yeah.
So it makes it feel like he's doing too much, where really he could be doing just regular things. But I will say, to your point, this is Chad's fourth marriage. Maybe she's waiting, or maybe reserving the fact to wait for his mask to fall off, if it does.
Yeah.
And to this point, it haven't, at least to me. But it like, they are kind of, it's not bad, but I kind of feel like it's one-sided in a way. It's just weird in that way.
So Jaylen is telling Josh that she wants them to rewrite their vows after getting to know each other. Mm-hmm. And he tells her it took him 4 days to write 4 paragraphs for the initial vows.
Yeah.
So they're taking some time, about 20 minutes, to put their thoughts on paper. And by the end of it, she is ready to share what she thinks, but he says that he just can't do it. He has a hard time putting his thoughts on paper. Mm-hmm. She would have preferred even half a paragraph, and you can just say, I'm so great. But at the end of the day, like, he thinks it's silly, so he's not going to read what he wrote down. She thinks he's being dramatic, and he says, I am, but it's okay. Mm-hmm. She just did skydiving to prove that she's pushing herself out of her comfort zone, and he can't even get a word out. She's wondering if he's feeling a different way about her.
You want me to go first, or you?
I'll go first. I think that with Josh in this situation, I can totally see where Jaylen is coming from, because she has gone above and beyond and out of her way to try to do the things that he's interested in.
Literally jumping out of a plane.
And for her, it's as simple as, well, tell me how you feel about me. Like, write it down. Like, even if you can't write it down, I'm sure she would have accepted him just saying nice things to her. Mm-hmm. But it just seems like he wasn't willing to push himself out of his comfort zone. And I can see that being very frustrating and pretty hypocritical at the same time.
Okay.
However, when I look at Josh and the struggle that he was having doing this, and the fact that he did say he was embarrassed about it, it makes me wonder, does he have some type of like learning, disability? Mm-hmm. Is there a reason why he didn't do well in school? And so he kind of had to become an entrepreneur in roofing to get it off his own back in that type of way, because there's something that actually like limits him in like writing and reading and getting things together. So, and I think that with guys, that their ego can be so fragile, and he didn't want to make himself not necessarily look bad, but
sound dumb
and not show up as his best self in front of his wife as well as the cameras. He wasn't willing to make himself look a fool by not being whatever he wanted to present himself to be. So I could understand where he was coming from, but I think that type of thing, when it's kind of like something that's kind of hindered you possibly your whole life, I wouldn't expect him to just be able to do it on first try,
Yeah. This is a situation that I think both people are right. I think Jaylen is right to feel what she feels 100%. I do not agree with what she said here, though. She said that she would even prefer half a paragraph if you just say she's so great. I think if that was the initial thing that he just wrote without all of this hoopla, she wouldn't accept that. You get what I'm saying? Like, basically, if she wrote all her vows and then his sentence was, I love Jaylen, she's so great, she wouldn't accept it. She basically just like, give me something after all this hoopla. So that's the only criticism I have right there. It did give off learning disability to me. It made me think of this guy that I went to class with when I was in high school, that he can read very well, like very well. I was telling Blair about this. One of the best readers that I've ever heard. But then when you ask him what did he read, like did he understand what he read, he can't tell you.
Yeah, comprehension.
Like he literally cannot tell you. Mm-hmm. And when you don't encounter somebody like that, if you don't encounter somebody who's dyslexic or just any type of learning ability in that way, it can be foreign to you, and it can just, to her it's an effort thing, because she may not encountered that. But because I saw his writing and I saw him scribbling off words and things like that, and he talked about his mind is jumbled, because I have encountered that, I can kind of have more empathy and kind of know not to push him.
Yeah.
In that way. So I don't think she's wrong to push him, because she don't know. You get what I'm saying? At the same time, hearing him say things like, it took me 4 days to write 4 paragraphs, I'm like, that's the big, I found the mystery. I found the clue to the mystery. I'm like, 4 paragraphs, 4 days? It just came off as if there was something more behind than he just didn't want to do it. Maybe he really couldn't do it in the moment, you know?
Yeah. We're back to Megan and Derek.
Oh boy.
He talks about how his her mom was shoving him and stuff like that. But he's open to seeing if they're going to have 1 or 2 kids and see how things go about the third. So she's hoping that they'll have triplets by the first try. And she's sharing how her mom isn't much of a baby person, but her dad would babysit. It's opposite when it comes to his parents. And, you know, she is open to trying in June. And he says, well, your mom wants a baby in December. So we should probably get to work on this.
This is weird, man. And that's why I'm thinking, like, Derek, are you just here just to make sure that you have a family of some sort? Because I think even though I love the fact that they are 100% in their marriage, I guess, it still is like y'all still strangers. There's still a decision day that needs to be met in like a couple of weeks or so, next month or whatever. So I understand that babies is part of marriage, but I'm like, y'all got problems. Like, how are y'all go parent when y'all can't talk to each other? Where he's suppressing and he's basically forming to whatever she wants to be, and she gets to control basically whatever they get to do. Ice plunges all the time, but no conversation. It just seems like weird to me.
Yeah, I'm just going to continue to say it. Like, I think the physicality of the relationship is what's holding them together.
Yeah.
And they are just not paying attention to anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just not prioritizing communication, really what makes both of them feel fulfilled in the relationship. It's literally just everything that's going on in the bedroom is what's sustaining them at this point.
He don't like her. And I don't think she like him. But to your point, it's the sex, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Britney and Will are looking at their wedding pictures. They read their vows back, and she asks if she reads her vows back to him. And throughout it, you know, she talked about making him happy, creating a safe space, and she's asking him if he feels like she's done that for him. And he says, you know, it's something that'll continue to grow.
I'm guessing you don't like that answer right there, Blair.
I have to take... I can't totally disregard everything Will says. Okay.
Why not?
because he's talking and I have to listen to some of it. Okay.
That's true. That's fair.
I can't ignore him in totality. I just feel like that's wrong. So he's saying it's something that'll continue to grow. Cool. He answered the question because it kind of was a yes or no. Mm-hmm. Am I creating this space for you? Am I making you happy? Yes or no? Mm-hmm. And he wants to be a maybe.
Okay.
So
what if the answer is no?
Say no.
But and listen, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
What if the answer is no, and he can't say no because Britney has shown signs and has a record of her emotions taking toll on her.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to go through that.
I think that we're always going to be on opposite sides of this because maybe I'm a little bit of an a-hole when it comes to this.
Yes, you are.
I think that it's not my place to control your reaction to what I have to say. If you're asking me a question and you want an honest answer, I'm going to give you the honest answer. It's not up to me to decide, can this person handle this? You're a grown person. Manage your emotions. And I'm not going to say anything to rip into you or to tear you down. Mm-hmm. But if the question is, have you created a safe space for me? I don't think so. And these are the ways that I think that you could, you know, and I'll be willing to brainstorm and work on ways to get us there. But saying it can continue to grow, I mean, so where do you stand? That's the forever question.
That's a terrible answer by Will, right? But even your response right there is the benefits of being a woman, right?
And maybe that's what it is.
And that's what it is. That women can just throw their emotions anywhere and things like that, and we just got to deal with it and things like that. I think number one, I'm not going to. I don't even know if it's a no. I think Will likes being mysterious because that leads on or help add to he want to be the smartest one in the room. He wants to be Batman. You get what I'm saying? So we don't know what he feels because he don't want us to know how he feels because he wants to be mysterious because that makes him look cool or stand out in some way. I feel like in this conversation right here, I think that's why when it goes back to when Britney was asked about pet peeves, she wants to know, does he feel anything?
Yeah.
And he just keeping her, and now it's starting to look like he's doing it on purpose, for sure, to where he just like, find out. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It's weird. You get what I'm saying? This is not Scooby-Doo Mysteries, man. Tell us how you feel. Keep going.
So at 1 month, Will said that things are constantly changing. He's really not expecting to be in love already, but she had expectations of more emotions.
Yeah.
He asked if she could wait for those emotions to come, and she's not sure because she doesn't know where he is. Well, he likes being around her, having her close. He's not in love yet because he thinks it's still early.
Yeah.
He tends to lead with his mind than his heart.
Is that more clear answer for you right there, Blair?
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a little more clear that you like being around her.
Okay.
And he's not in love. Fine. and that's the thing, is that with Will, he's like this with everybody that we've seen him encounter.
That's fair.
So I don't want to make it seem like this is a catchy type of situation, because Akechi was downright terrible to even though he was rude to other people as well. Mm-hmm. But he was outright disrespectful to and I think Will, this is his personality, and I don't know if there's could be a diagnostic reason as to why this is his personality.
Oh, we diagnosed him now? Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know what it is. Or I don't know if that he gets a kick out of being, like you said, a mystery.
I think it's that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I can't read him. I don't think he wants to be read. By him saying that he likes having her around and having her close, that's great. You can enjoy having your grandma around and having her close as well.
Okay.
So,
grandma. Okay, Mima. Okay, Mima.
So Brittany is not getting the clarity that she seeks. And to me, if you're not willing to give me a clarity, then it's a no. I don't care how much internally you like me. If I don't know, then it hasn't hit the intended audience. So keep it, save it, get out of here.
Okay. I only got to criticize Brittany for this thing, and I'm going to keep saying this thing again. Brittany, your expectations does not matter at this point.
Yeah,
because you don't know the way to a successful relationship yet. Every relationship you had within the past 10 years, your words, you haven't made it past 3 months. Then on the other times that you did get in relationships, you said you usually jump right into it and you're exclusive within a week. So you don't know the path of what you're supposed to feel. This is a extreme experience, and this is an extreme experiment. So even though Will is being a mystery on purpose, in my opinion, you got to manage your expectations. And just because you got somewhere there, you need to see, that lets me know she don't learn from her mistakes. She got there pretty quick, and she knows that she get to her expectations and emotions and all that stuff pretty quick. She needs to learn how to manage that herself. It's not my responsibility to manage your emotions because you feel things a week in or 2 months in and things like that. And then when y'all get in your first argument, the guy breaks up with you or like whatever. So that's why I'm like, even her expectations is always too high. And I'm just like, for someone who haven't been through really any experience in relationship, it's just too much. I'm bringing a guy over to my house. The first guy I ever brought to my house, the expectation was too high. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, just manage your emotions so the fall won't be that far down. You get what I'm saying? Because like people disappoint each other all the time.
So we get to Josh and Jaylen. He brings up that he's feeling some tension.
Yeah.
Writing another vow in 20 minutes is the same feeling of him being in the center of attention in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to give her something subpar. Jaylen is wondering why he hasn't really been talking all day. Is he feeling differently about her? He tells her no. He knows that he shuts down and he feels bad about that. But they both agree that they're good, no worries. They're going to move past this.
Now, here's my thing, right? If this is what he's saying the reason is, then forget everything I just said 2 seconds ago. You get what I'm saying? If it's about feelings, because this was his time to be vulnerable. If it is a learning disability, he would say that, right?
Unless he was too embarrassed.
Unless he's too embarrassed to say it. But if he's going to say, hey, I don't want to write something subpar, and I feel like, I don't like being the center of attention and things like that, that is not a valid excuse not to write down something about your wife that you know now for a month.
Yeah.
It's not. She just jumped out of a plane. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So you can't write 5 sentences because you don't want it to be subpar. You always want to. That lets me know right there. You always want to show up as your best self, but not really your best self. Kind of like a performative type of way.
Not your real self.
Not your real self. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, Megan and Derek go to a vineyard. He has strong feelings for her. He's excited to keep things going. And she says that he asks her, how do you feel? Mm-hmm. She says, you know how I feel. Now she feels awkward. She is feeling things that she hasn't felt in a while. It's scaring her. She doesn't want to get hurt, so she doesn't want to let herself be totally vulnerable.
Okay.
They get their gift from the experts. They watch the video. They're hugged up and kissing. She tells him, I love you, and he does not say it back. Yeah.
He don't like that girl.
Yeah. Megan doesn't help herself. Because in that moment when he was expressing himself and she decided to shut down, that could have been a pathway towards getting the I love you. Not saying that he would have been ready in that moment, but you got to give a little to get a little. And not to say that it's like an equation, so to speak, because you can never really anticipate what somebody would do or say. But I don't think she's creating a space for love. You know what I'm saying? You have to be lovable. It's just that simple. You have to be lovable. Yeah. Any other thoughts? No, she's not lovable. Okay. You get what I'm saying? You have to be lovable. So all the couples get together for their one-on-one at Rhonda's place, and she's asking everyone where they're at. Of course, Josh, Jaylen, Chad, and Belinda, they're good. They share their I love yous. Will says he definitely has not said it. Stop right there. Dude, you have a problem with that statement? Yes. Me too. And let me tell you why, right? There's a way to convey that message without putting the onus completely on the other person. It's like you're punching down. Exactly. In your answer. Exactly. 100%. Like, not me. No, of course I ain't say to her. That's stupid. Who does that? Right. Like, so there's many ways that he could have conveyed himself, and this just lets me know, like, oh, Will doing this on purpose, y'all. And I told y'all this throughout all the episodes. He's doing this on purpose. And the thing about it is putting Britney. That's why I'm like, Britney, you need to not let them see you sweat. You get what I'm saying? The problem is she reacts to him doing this, and I think he gets a kick out of that. And that's the thing, is she wants this to work so bad, but I just want her. I want her to have like a little bit more like strength and self-worth in herself, because like, you're not just trying to fit into his world. You're assessing to see if he's somebody that you can continue a relationship with. He is taking the test right now. He's under trial by fire right now. So I hate the fact that she's constantly crumbling, but I know it's because she wants this to work so bad. But you need to be really checking and seeing, okay, I'm gonna ask him a question. Let me see how he responds. And don't be so hung up on the answer by the fact that, oh my gosh, he's still not giving me the validation. Pay attention to the fact that, you know, he's being an a-hole. And really assess the situation and see if it's something that you want to continue with. And that's all I want for her out of this at this point. Keep going. So people can say that it could be manipulative if you say I love you. He adores her. He has love for her. He wants to be able to say, when you're bald on chemo cussing me out, that I still love you. And Britney says, every day's a journey, but we're here. The funny thing about it is, I find it so interesting that when he said that, oh, I definitely haven't said it, right? The one that started laughing was Megan. Right? Because Megan evil herself, so she can recognize his little games and stuff like that. And that's what he was like, don't do that. Don't do that. What's funny and things like that. No, the thing about it is, you could have easily stated where you stood in the relationship while not punching down. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like, you could name all the things that you like about Britney, the things that you have love for her and things like that, and basically give and guess what? I believe that I will get there. You get what I'm saying? But to say, oh, I definitely haven't said it, by that, you basically said, well, she definitely said it, but I ain't saying it. You know what I mean? It's just weird. But I think he's doing that on purpose. I think he's doing that because he's getting a reaction out of her. Go ahead. Yeah. And Derek talks about how it takes him a while to say I love you. He does have strong feelings for her, and he's on the path. Megan says same. And Jaylen tries to get her to open up a little bit, but there's no opening up. You ain't getting nothing out of Megan. Yeah. And Megan, you're in the same boat. Right, you're over there saying I love you, even though I feel like she's being manipulative with it. Derek ain't saying it back because he don't like you. Yeah. So we see Rhonda and Patrick at this porch concert. Oh my gosh. For her, music is like going to church. This is her happy place, and she's happy she can share this with him. She's asking him, what has he learned about her by seeing her here? So he's watching her connect with people. You know, it's clear that she's in a happy place. She loves the arts. And he's talking about how, you know, honestly, we're both artists because we're creating this story together. He also mentioned that his mom's an artist and, you know, what it means to her for art as well. Thankfully, Rhonda didn't bite his head off for mentioning his mom. I was scared for him. I was scared. Yep. So apparently the song they played helped her find herself. She's crying and trying to express her vulnerabilities. And he says, you know, this song just makes me think of a special place. Now she feels like he's talking a lot about himself, and they're back to where they started a month ago. Oh, Rhonda. I told y'all. I thought we were going to get a good episode. I told y'all about Rhonda. I thought it was clicking to her. Listen, I'm on a roll. I've been 100% about Love is Blind, and I'm 100% about the people on this show right here. Rhonda,
Blair, you said it so perfectly. And I don't want to misquote what you say, but I think I'm going to misquote it, right? To where, like, she wants to be, like, his source.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird thing. First of all, don't quiz me. Don't therapize. Like, you're not my therapist, so don't, like, put me in the chair. It's like she constantly putting him in, like, the classroom to be tested.
What'd you learn?
About
me.
Exactly. What do being here tell you about me? And then that's when she starts crying about this song, and I'm supposed to feel what you feel about this song that I heard for the first time,
or at least shut up about it.
Exactly. But she's over there talking about how it's about the water, and she loves the water, and it's the whole shit. She loves the water, and he's like, I think of mountains. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, you have to give space, Rhonda, in your light. You get what I'm saying? The spotlight is not always on you. And listen to the kids, man. The kids haven't lied yet. She is intense. And we think intense mean yelling or things like that, but it's just the constant testing, the constant questions, the constant fake deepness. There's not even real deepness. Like, why don't you tell me about you besides quizzing me about you and things like that? What is your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. I think that Rhonda is just in a place where she wants to be heard and she wants to be seen, and it's exhausting.
Yes, I'm tired.
It's just very exhausting, and I don't think that Pat is ever going to be able to meet her in the ways that she wants to be seen. I'm here. I'm looking at you. What do you want?
Exactly. Like, I don't know.
And the thing is, like, nobody's going to know you in depth as much as you know yourself. I think that your partner can have like a great experience of you and really know you well compared to, say, coworkers or something compared to that. Mm-hmm. But you have to leave space for the fact that you guys are still two separate people. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have to, I don't know, like, validate you in every single aspect in every single way.
He's not that type of guy.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I think it's great for your partner to see you and to reassure you about the person that you are. But in every situation, like, you have to put the spotlight on yourself in this type of way. It's exhausting. I don't have any other words for it.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Now, Josh and Jaylen get back from hanging out with a couple of his friends. So one of his friends was saying that, he moved kind of fast like his ex. Then there's something popped up to where his ex was DMing him on social media. Mm-hmm. He was still following his ex, even though he told Jaylen that he unfollowed her. Now she's wondering if they can work through this or if this is going to be a red flag because she feels like he lied.
First of all, bro, are you the ops? Why are you mentioning my ex when I got my new wife right here?
I'm like, I don't know if that's really your friend, Josh.
No, listen here. Maybe he likes Jaylen. You get what I'm saying? That friend likes Jaylen and trying to break it up. It just seemed weird, but this goes back to what I said about that episode to where they talked about social media and things like that. Exes follow on social media, and Josh was very quick to say, I will follow all my exes. Yeah. And I'm like, no one made you do that. Jaylen didn't put the pressure on you to do that. You volunteered that, and now you got to follow through. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, she got every right to feel what she feel because you said that you was going to do that. She did not make you unfollow your exes and things of that nature.
Yeah, and it is a red flag to me because why are you lying about that? Either you did or you didn't. And I don't like the idea of saying something to appease somebody in the moment, like how he did, with that Dr. Pia session. And then in the end, not being able to be a person of your word. It's because it looks like you're unreliable.
Yeah.
So
it just look weird.
Yeah. And that's all I got.
Anything else? No? Mm-mm. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and hype the video. We see y'all.
Bye.